So hello friends, my name is Ritesh Jaiswal from NIT Jamshedpur, and yes friends, we have seen some important questions of the chapter capacitors in our part 1 and part 2, but still some important questions have been left do which we need to cover to get a good command in this chapter. And our book remains same, the H.C. Verma. So friends, I hope without any other further delay we can start. So let's get started. Yes friends, let's see our first question what it says. So let me read question. It says if 2 microfarad capacitor initially charged to 12 volt and then it is connected to 4 microfarad capacitor, then we have to find the energy produced during the process. So friends, what we can we write U initial potential energy equals to half CV square. So C is our 2 and V is 12. So just putting the value, we will get it 144 microjoule. This is our initial potential energy. And can you find friends final potential energy? It will be equals to how much? Q1 square upon 2C plus 2C1 plus Q2 square upon 2C2. And you may be thinking how I have written this equation. Actually friends, it is said that when the 2 microfarad capacitor is being charged, it is connected in this way. Yes friends, this is our 2 microfarad capacitor and this is 4. So initially it have been charged to how much? Q equals to 12 into 2 means 24 microjoule. So after reconnection it has distributed in some here and some here, and till now I hope that you have understood how to distribute the charges according to their capacitance. So friends, when you will find, you will get q1 equals to means charge on 2 microfarad equals to 8, and this you will get equals to 16. So just after putting values, you will get u final equals to, it is equals to 48 microjoule. So you can see that potential energy has been decreased, and the decrease in amount is equals to how much? 144 minus 48 equals to 96 microjoule. So where this potential decrease in the potential energy have been gone, so since there is no external work done or external work done or the involvement of battery, so it must have been gone in the heat produced in wire. So this we can call by energy conservation. So friends, I hope this question is clear. So let's move. Yes friends, let's see this question what it says. It says a metal sphere has a radius r and charge to potential v. Find the energy stored in concentric sphere of radius 2r within and out of it. So friends, let me draw figure. So this is, we have a sphere and its radius is r and its charge to potential v. So now a concentric sphere of radius 2r is enclosed it, and we have to find the potential energy E inside and E outside. So let's say this is E1, this is E2. So so friends, can you think the formula what we have to apply? So we will simply apply formula half C V square, where this C and this V we need to find. C, I think you know the capacitance of a spherical capacitor, it is equals to how much? 4 pi epsilon 0 R2 R1 upon R2 minus R1. I think you for this formula you know. In this case, R2 equals to 2R and R1 equals to R. So when you will put the value, you will get this equals to 8 pi epsilon naught into R. So this is our equivalent capacitance. And talking about this V is what? It is equals to potential difference between this plate and this plate. So this plate has potential V. So can you find the potential at this plate? I think you know V is inversely proportional to R. So this is 2R. So potential will be here how much? V by 2. So our V that we write here equals to how much? V by 2. So simply putting all the values, we will get our means energy E1 equals to half C, we have got 8 8 pi epsilon naught into R, and V delta V which we have got equals to V by 2. So this is our E1. So friends, E2 will also be equals to this, and you might be thinking how I have calculated without putting any value. Actually C remains the same because it is the same, and V by 2 also comes same as this is the system. This is V, this is V by 2, and this it has no further plate, so we will assume potential 0. So this V is again equals to V by 2. So friends, I hope this question is also clear, so that we can jump to next question. Y- 1 minute, friends. Yes, friends, let's see this question what it says. It says a large conducting plate has sigma, means surface charge density equals to 10 ka power minus 4 coulomb per meter square. Find energy stored in a cubical volume of h 1 centimeter in the front of it. So, friends, first of all, we write one equation, which is what U equals to half epsilon naught E naught square. I think this formula you know, it is called energy density. So let's calculate the energy density due to plane sheet. So actually thing is same. E naught, what we used to write for conducting plate, it is equals to sigma upon epsilon 0. So everything is given. When you will simply calculate it, you will get its value 0.056 into 10 ka power 4 joule per meter cube, because it is density, so per meter cube. Now energy, for energy what we can write, friends? Energy, we can write energy density times into volume. So energy density we have got 0.056 into 10 ka power 4, and volume will be how much? Since it is cube of 1 centimeter, so 1 centimeter cube. So putting actual unit, you will get its value 5.6 into 10 ka power minus 4 joule. So friends, I hope this question is also clear, so that we can move to a next question. Yes, friends, let's see this question. Actually, this is little bit big question, but believe me, it is very important. And yes, no, yes, very understandable, a conceptual. So let's see what it says. It says we have a parallel plate capacitor having area 20 centimeter square and D separation 1 centimeter connected to a 12-volt battery. Now, now plates are pulled apart to 2 millimeter. Means there is a person who pulls the plate from 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters. So these are the things we need to find. First is find the charge flown through the circuit. Second, energy absorbed by battery. Third, U initial, U final for capacitors, and work done by person pulling the plates apart. So this is the person, means who's pulling the plate apart. So let's find one by one. So first, the charge flown through the circuit. I think this is this part is easy. So I think you have guessed it, how what it will be. Delta Q equals to delta C into V, where delta C is the change in capacitance. So let's calculate it. Actually, C1 will be equals to epsilon naught A by D, and C2 means after pulling it will be equals to epsilon naught A upon since the separation has twice, so it will be equals to 2D, and each and every value is known. So just we will when you will put the value, you will get delta Q equals to means C2 minus C1, C2 minus C1 into V. So it comes how much? Its value is 1.06 into 10 ka power minus 20 coulomb. So yes, friends, actually my friend Satyam has called me. So let's continue from here. What we have got a delta Q equals to how much? It has come 1.06 into 10 ka power minus 20 coulomb. This was our means the value of delta Q. So friends, I think we have got this. Now what we can do, our second part was asking about means the energy flown through the battery. So I think means energy absorbed by battery. So friends, I think it is also a B part. It is also means of an easy stuff. So what it will be equals to, E equals to Q times V, which is where Q is actually this, means the charge that has flown to the battery, and V is its potential. So just putting the values, we will get its value 12.72 into 10 ka power minus 20 joules. This is our the energy absorbed by battery. Now the third part, what it says, the initial energy stored means U initial, U final, and I think you have this is also easy stuff. E initial means even what we can write, half C1 into V1 square. Actually, this is V, it remains constant, so it's just come 12.7 into 10 ka power minus 10 joules, and this was initial energy, and final energy what would be? E final, what we can write, E2 equals to actually the you have seen the capacitance means capacitance has got halved, so it will also get half, so it will be equals to how much, 6.35 into 10 ka power minus 10 joules. So friends, now now concentrate on the fourth part. What it says, work done by the person in pulling the plates apart. So friends, by energy conservation, actually from work energy theorem, we know one thing, that net external work done, net external delta W, what we call, is equals to total change in the energy of the system, total change in energy, where this constitute in potential energy plus means total potential energy plus kinetic energy plus any other energy which has been means absorbed or means released. Let's say it is E, and it should be equals to the net external work done. So friends, this we need to find. And the change in internal energy, what it will be, E final minus initial. E final is our E2 and E initial was our means twice this, so it will come the means E2 minus E1, it will be how much, minus 6.35 into 10 ka power minus 10, and plus this is our change in energy. Now we have also included the battery in our system, so it has absorbed, means its energy has been increased, and that we have also find it. How, what was it, it was 12.72 into 10 ka power minus 10 joules. So total when we calculate it, we will get its value, actually 6.35 into 10 ka power minus 10 joules. This is our final answer. So, I hope this question is clear to you. One more thing that question may ask: does any heat will liberate in this? Means in this whatever process has been done. Actually, no heat will be liberated, because as the charge get accumulated, it means it keeps on accumulating in the battery. So there is no time for the heat to be released. So I hope friends this question is clear, so that we can move to a next question. So friends, let's see this question, how we have to do this. It says after the reconnection, we have to find A, B, and C. Actually, this is our reconnection where we have changed the 24-volt battery to the 12-volt battery. And first part, we have to find the charge flown through the battery, means how much charge will flow and the work done on the battery and decrease in potential energy. So let's find first the delta Q. Delta Q. What we can write, friends? If we can write it Q final minus Q initial. Uh, Q initially, how much it will? It will equals to C into V. C is our 100 and V is how much? 100, actually 100 into 10 ka power minus 6, and V is our 24, and Q final will be how much? It will be equals to again 100 into 10 ka power minus 6 into potential 12 volt. So this comes after solving, actually 1200 microcoulomb. So this much amount of charge has been flown through the battery. So now our second part is said the work done on the battery. Then delta W will be equals to, I think you know, delta Q into V. So work done on the battery will be equals to how much? 1200 into 10 ka power minus 6. This is the delta Q that has flown through the battery, 12 volt, and its voltage equals to 12. So it comes to be 14.4 millijoules. This part is also clear. Now we have to find a decrease in electrostatic energy. So again, applying our energy conservation, that what we can write, friends, as there is no external work done, and we can what we can say, friends, that the work is done on the battery. So this work has been come from has must have come from means the decrease in energy of our system. So means potential energy must have decreased. So let's find out what is the decrease in the potential energy. Our U initial is how much? It is equals to half C C V1 square. So it is equals to, just putting the values, it is actually, friends, let's calculate U initial minus U final direct. It is equals to half C V1 square minus half C V2 square. This value come approximately 21.6 millijoule. This is our decrease in potential energy. And now we can apply our means energy conservation, that this decrease in potential energy must have gone in the work done on the battery. Plus you can see still some energy left has left when you subtract it, still some energy have been left. So can you guess where this left energy has gone? Since no external work done has been done, it must have occurred as a heat in the wires. That's what I was talking in to you in the previous problem. But in that problem, an external agent was doing the work. But this was not in the case in this. So let's move. Yes, friends, let's see this question. Means now our pattern of the question has somewhat changed. Actually, before this, we are just doing our energy conservation stuff. So let's see this question. What we have to do. Let me read question for you. It says that uh, one minute, friends, if plate area is 100 centimeter square for this, and then we have to find the C equivalent, and this is our 6 and this is our 4. So uh, friends, I think you can see that in this figure, the two capacitors are connected in series. And for series connection, I think you know 1 upon C equivalent equals to how much? 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. So just putting each and every value, what we can write 1 upon C1, how we can write, friends? 1 upon, actually let's take 1 upon epsilon 0 A as common, because it will be, area will be common, epsilon naught will be common. So in the bracket, what will get? We will get d1 upon k1, where this is our k1, plus d2 by k2. This is our stuff. So this is 1 upon C equivalent. So C equivalent, what we can find, friends, it will come epsilon naught A k1 k2 upon k1 k2 d1. It is k2 d1 plus k1 into d2. Actually, without it is not important to learn formula. It is actually important to learn the concept, how we have approached this formula. But if you try to remember it, you will because as a different combination can be made from this, you would probably forget it. But this concept remains same, that what is the C equivalent in parallel and what is C equivalent in series. So we all everything is known. We have to just put the values. So friends, when you put the values, you will get RC equivalent equals to 44.25 picofarad. So friends, I hope this question is clear to you and you have understood. So let's move to our next question. So yes friends, let's see this question how we have to do this. Let me read question for you. It says initially the switch was one minute, friends. Yes, initially the switch was open, means this was our switch and initially it was open, then it was closed. Then we have to find the work done by battery. This is our battery and the heat developed in wire. So let's start, friends, as we have done before. First, let us calculate the charge flown through the battery delta Q. So friends, when initially it was the switch was open, so Q initial can be find, friends. Q initial equals to C equivalent into V. Let's say it is C1, C1 into V, and Q final will be equals to how much? Let's say it is C2 into V. So what we can write, friends, delta Q will be how much? Final minus initial. So C2 minus C1 times V. This is our delta Q. And this is our delta Q, friends. So work done by the battery, how much it will be? As I have told, work done by battery is of magnitude delta Q into V. So it comes C2 minus C1 times V square. So final C from the figure, can you guess it? What will be? It will be just equals to C, and initial C it was C by 2. So it is equals to C minus C by 2 into V square. So it comes our how much? CV square upon 2. So this is the work done by battery. So friends, I hope the first part is clear. So now second part is to calculate heat developed. So before this, let us calculate the means the change in potential energy. So U initial can be find, friends. It is equals to half C equivalent. C equivalent was our C by 2 into V square. So it comes CV square by 4. And U final, it will be equals to half C, as it is only one capacitance, into V square. So it comes CV square by 2. So friends, we can say that so we can see that delta U means increase in potential energy has a magnitude of CV square by 4. Now, by energy conservation, as energy is remained conserved, so we have seen that a battery is doing the work of how much? It was CE square upon 2, and this work of the battery must have gone in increase of potential energy. Still some of the energy has been left. So friends, can you guess where it has gone? It has gone nothing but to develop heat. So heat we can find what it will be, work done minus delta U by energy conservation. So work done, we have seen it is equals to Ce square upon 2, and increase in potential energy, it was it is CV, this is V, CV square upon 4. So H, we have seen it comes CV square by 4. So this is our second part. So friends, I hope these two parts are clear to you, so that we can move to a next question. Yes, friends, let's see this question how we have to do this. It says we have a 5 microfarad capacitor which is charged to 24 volt, and we have a 6 microfarad capacitor which is charged to 12 volt. If the positive plate of the first capacitor, mean 5 microfarad capacitor, is connected to negative plate of second, then we have to find the loss in potential energy. So let's find, friends. Let's find Q1, means charge on 5 microfarad capacitor initially. It will be equals to, easily we can write 5 into 24, which comes to 120 microcoulomb, and Q2 means charge on 6 microfarad capacitor, 6 into 12 equals to 72 microcoulomb. Now, according to Ocean, it is said that this is our new connection. This is our 5 microfarad capacitor, this is 6, but situation is that this is plus, this is minus, and this is minus, and this is plus. Something like this, our new system has been connected. So friends, we have done a similar question before, but in that we have seen that positive plates were connected to same side, and in that case we divide the total charge among the capacitors in the ratio of their capacitance, but that total charge will come from the sum. But since it is connected to opposite of that, our total charge in this case, can you guess, friends, what it will be? The total charge Q total for the system will be equals to Q1 minus Q2, because initially means the question before that we have means added it, but since polarity is reversed, so we will subtract it in this case. So Q1 minus Q2, friends, it will come are how much? 40 8 microcoulomb. Now this 48 microcoulomb will get divided in the ratio of capacitance. So Q final one means the charge that will retained by 5 microfarad capacitor. Can you find, friends? It will be equals to 5 by 11 times 48. It comes 21.8 microcoulomb. Similarly, Q final 2 is our how much? 6 by 11 times 48. It comes 26.2 microcoulomb. So we have to find change in potential energy. So clearly, change in potential energy, friends, when you will calculate U initial, you will get half C into C1 into V1 square plus half C2 into V2 square. It comes, friends, nearly. Let me calculate, friends. It nearly comes, yeah, friends. Let's you 1.44, 1.842, and you final, friends, when you calculate it will, you will nearly get point 0.105. So delta I think you can find difference of these two. So friends, I hope this question is clear to you, so that we can jump to next question. And one more thing I want to mention here, that can you guess where this delta U will get, means where this delta U will get, because no external work done has been done, so energy must be conserved. So this energy means decrease in potential energy have gone in the form of heat. So friends, let's move to a next question. Yes, friends, let's see this question. This is also based on the equivalent capacitance of a system. So let's calculate it. Equivalent capacitance in two cases. This is our first case, this second. Let's say this is K1, K2, and K3. So from figure you can see this figure A is in series connection. So friends, I have told you before that whenever system equivalent capacitance we have to find, we do not need to remember any formula. Our one formula, that is for series, 1 upon C equivalent equals to 1 upon c1 plus 1 upon c2 plus 1 upon c3 will work, but the thing is that we have to apply it very smartly. So friends, one you can see one thing that here, friends, you can see the area of area, as well as one thing I forgot to mention, these lengths are equal, means separation between these placed plates are equal, and in this case areas are equal. So this information makes us to clear one more thing. So let's move to next slide to calculate it. So 1 upon C equivalent, friends, what we can write as D was equal, and in the first case, a total area of the plate, friends, can you guess? As the actually the friends total area will be equals to A by 3. So friends, I can write, we can take common 1 upon epsilon naught A, actually. Actually, friends, the areas are equal in that case, and length was d by 3. So our d by 3 will get common, and in the inside the bracket we will get only 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2 plus 1 upon k3. So just means reciprocaling it, we will get c equivalent equals to r 3 times epsilon 0 a k1 k2 k3 upon d times k1 k2 plus k2 k3 plus k3 k1. This is our answer for this case. So now let's calculate for second case. Actually we have missed a page, so let's move to next this slide. Yes, friends. For second case, we have seen that that areas of the two plates were half, and D was same. So again, secant, what we can write, friends? C1 plus C2. So what we can take out count, friends? Epsilon naught A by 2 is common, and D is same. So in bracket we will get just K1 plus K2. So this is our answer. So friends, I hope so. Yes, friends, let's see this question, how we have to do this. Actually, we have to find the time period of one minute, friends, time period of periodic motion of this system. Actually, friends, I have talked about you this system in the before, that whenever slab tends to be attracted by by a system of this capacitor and battery, the force that act upon it is equals to, could you remember, half epsilon naught bv square into k minus 1 upon d, where this is b is what, breadth, and the d is the separation, and rest you know. So one thing I have forget, this length which is be already being inserted is of a. So friends, actually what we can do, we can divide it in the time period of four motions. For four motion of what, actually this slab, according to symmetry, will travel a length of L minus A within the capacitor, and then means in attractive force. In attractive force, then it will start getting out. Means then it will start getting out, and again it will by symmetry it will come out up to a length of how much, L minus A. Again it is attracted by force, again it will travel L minus A. In this way the fourth motion will take place. So let's calculate for just of L minus A, how we proceed it. So friends, we can apply the second equation of motion, that is L minus A, which is distance travel equals to half A t square. So half A, what we can write, F by M, and F I have told you, it is equals to half epsilon naught A by L. And you will thinking how I have written, it is nothing but, friends, it is our B, breadth. We have divided area of the plate upon its length to get breadth. I hope you understood. And it is our E square, K minus 1 remains same, and upon 2D that we used to write, and this is our acceleration. And this is 2 actually we have written here, yes, and this 2 was of separate and divided by mass to get acceleration. So now the things are very clear. We will get from here t equals to 2 times under root m l minus a. Now I think you get solve l because we need to just put the values k minus 1. So this is our t. So answer would be t, not 4t. So I hope this question is clear to you, so that you have understood all the concept easily and you have get a good command over it. So this series ends here. I hope you have enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. So thanks, friends. See you in the next video.